Hi everyone, this is DM Yeknom from House Rule Gamers back once again with our second installment of the second edition AD&D Player's Handbook review. This time we're going to take a look at the ability score tables and we'll have a brief discussion of each of them as we go. So here, the first thing you'll notice is that there's different methods for generating a character. Method one is truly for those types of individual players who want to experience a heroic struggle from the beginning. It does create characters that feel somewhat less heroic, and the struggle to become heroic is something that many players really wish to, endure and progress through. It often also creates characters who are somewhat hopeless characters in that they don't officially qualify for any of the races or any of the classes, and such ability scores then have to be tossed out. Me personally, I prefer method 5. It allows characters to um, have a sense of heroism about them from the beginning. It allows players to end up with ability scores that are typically above average, and usually there's at least one or two exceptional ability scores there. Now, ability scores themselves range from 1 to 25, with player characters most often having scores from 3 through 18, with a few exceptions. Some races may allow for such ability scores to be somewhat higher, and magical items may, of course, increase of such ability scores to be higher. Strength is the first one we're going to start to discuss here. It's obviously a measure of how physically powerful a character is, and it can increase a character's chances to successfully score a hit with certain types of weapons, such as melee and hurled weapons, as well as increase the damage of such weapons. More importantly, however, is that it governs the amount of weight a character may carry, and any adventurer worth their salt is always carrying plenty of gear. So most characters, particularly warriors of any sort, want a higher strength score so that they may carry a good deal of adventuring gear with them. Dexterity is a measurement of hand-eye coordination, agility, reaction speed, reflexes, balances, and quite possibly sort of a sixth sense, like a cat-like reaction to things that you were not aware of initially being there but didn't catch you unawares. As one would expect, it directly affects how easy a character is to be hit, as well as how quickly a character may react to surprise situations. The reaction adjustment shown on the dexterity table is for situations where a character may be surprised. It is not, as is often house ruled in, a modifier to initiative. Dexterity ability checks may be used for balancing on beams or tight ropes or skirting the edges of cliffs. And when used in such cases, to avoid such obstacles, it's often modified by gear such as armor and shields. Constitution is a measure of physical fitness, overall physical health, and resistance to disease and injury. At exceptionally high or low levels, it can modify a character's hit points, but at all levels, it affects how a character may survive a shock to the system or a return from the dead. System shock rolls, or shocks to the system, are made when a character undergoes a magical effect which ages, reshapes, petrifies, polymorphs, or otherwise reforms or reshapes their body. Failure of such a system shock often results in death. Some characters gain the ability to control their own shapeshifting, and when they do, they are immune to such system shock rolls under such circumstances. Resurrection survival is exactly as it sounds, the ability to survive the return from the afterlife. Appropriate magics and rituals may revive dead characters, and this is the percentage chance that such an attempt is survived by the deceased. Truly exceptional constitution scores allow for greater chances to resist poison and for a faster rate of healing, a regeneration of the damage done to the characters. Intelligence is a measure of a character's ability to reason through things, to memorize things, and of the character's overall learning ability. It directly affects the maximum number of languages a character may learn, the number of wizardly spells a character may know, the chance a wizardly or bardic character has of learning wizardly magics, and at extremely high levels, allows one to see through illusionary magics for what they are. The number of bonus languages is usually chosen from a list of languages by the selected character race or from a list of languages the DM has that are common to the area the campaign will be conducted in. If the optional proficiency system is used, then the bonus languages are instead converted to bonus proficiency slots that the character may spend as the player wishes. Wisdom is a measure of enlightenment, judgment, guile, zen, common sense, self-control, and intuition. At higher scores, it offers bonus divine magics to clerics and priests, as well as a bonus to mental attacks. At lower levels, it causes a chance to fail at the use of divine base magics, as such things are often beyond the reach of those who are not enlightened in the way of the deity in question. At exceptionally high levels, it offers immunities to spells that directly affect the mind and one's sense of self-control over one's body. Charisma. Now, this is a measure of one's overall sense of personality. It directly reflects personal magnetism, one's leadership skills, and the ability to use those leadership skills, and to a minor extent, the physical attractiveness of such characters. Now, I don't mean beauty in the normal sense of the word, but I mean beauty that comes from the character of an individual and the way an individual presents themselves. It directly affects the way that henchmen and followers view the character. It also directly affects how non-player characters immediately respond to the character upon first meeting them, either more favorably, less favorably, or in such a way that the players will notice that higher charisma scores generally mean more people are respectful or nicer to them overall. Once again, everyone, this is House Rule Gamers. Like and subscribe if you enjoy our content. We'll be back with part 3 of our AD&D Player's Handbook review soon. That's the second edition AD&D Player's Handbook, not the first edition AD&D Player's Handbook, which we also intend to review soon. Thank you.